legendary DJs, and we're going to be, having a little chat with them to find out what's going on in their heads. In the in the studio right now, I was going to say DJ console. See, I see your faces. The first thing I say is DJ console. Oh my goodness. DJ Adamz and also DJ Chinois, welcome to TraxxFM.
Hello.
Hope you guys had a wonderful drive, a pleasant drive over here.
Yeah. We walked.
You dirty fellas still never change. Okay, so we're gonna start with Shin. Shin, how long have you been in the industry?
Okay, if you put your fingers together, if you put your fingers on your toes together, it still doesn't justify it. Hey, but I'm still 29 years old.
Yeah, we're forever young and forever lost boys. What about you, Adamz?
Now it's already been in this industry for almost 16 years.
16 years.
Yes, that's permanently I doing as a DJ, but previously I did something else.
Okay, yeah, which is going to bring me to my next question.
Liar, Adam. Liar.
So the question is, what happened? Did you just suddenly wake up, and just thought to yourself, like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do?
Basically, my dad asked me to go to school, but I forgot. So I did not go to school. So this is what I got to do.
Okay.
The bottom line is go to school.
And what was your first record which you picked up?
The first record which I picked up was Led Zeppelin.
Which album?
I cannot mention the album here, but it's a nice rock song.
Okay. All right.
It's politically incorrect to mention it now, but I can tweet it.
That'll be good enough. Okay. Adamz, what about you? When did you just suddenly just wake up, just thought to yourself, you know what, this is what I'm going to be doing?
Okay, first at all, I was in the hotel industry. And I was a piano player when I was standard 5. So I was in the music industry quite some time. Then I was until grade 3, then I quit. Then go back to school, then thinking about music all the time. Then I studied in Singapore. Okay, that's a place that I first ever think about try to be a DJ, because I always go to the place, where the DJ's been. So that is back in 1993. So then, okay, I think this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So I started back.
Was it because of the enigma of, that person behind the DJ console with the headphones on and, controlling the crowd? Shin, was that what attracted you?
It was actually about the money, because why? The first place which I spun, if I can use the word spun, basically pays a lot. So later, the other factors develop. It's like, screaming women and all that, I want to get to know you, I want to get to know you. Okay.
Occupational hazards.
That is actually the driving force behind it.
Okay. And what was the first club you played in?
Okay, can we come back to that, because I really got to think. It's going to be, okay, in Penang. This place is called Sky Room in Penang.
Was it along Tanjung Bunga? Was it along Ferengi? Was it in the city?
It's in town. It's in town. It is in this hotel called Continental Hotel. So basically what happened is when I went there, they have no record players, just 2 cassette decks. So I really got to learn how to sync the songs with 2 cassette decks, and I made it. I really did, because I was forced to count the BPM, stuff like that. In case you don't know what BPM is, please ask our RoundHead here. He will give you a round explanation on that.
Well, I'm not a pro in this. I would have gone with just beats per minute, but okay.
So what happened is, from there, we started from there. So got a girl screaming, got everyone liking me, and got paid. So that's how I started, actually.
What about you, Adamz? You were saying about Singapore.
Yeah.
And what was the name of the place?
There was Fridays, they call it, TGI Fridays. That's the first place that I went in and check it out. It's quite something interesting.
Hey, isn't that the place where the girls...
Yeah, they call Far East Plaza.
Far East Plaza, okay. All right, all right.
Place.
Okay, and then what happened after that?
Then I met the DJ and talked to him, said, can you teach me, and blah, blah, blah. Then you teach me, but I just doing like a guest DJ.
You bribe the DJ to teach you.
Jay, be nice to him. Adam is such a humble boy.
Look, tonight is where all the secrets come out, okay?
Yes, and I'm planning to figure out.
Actually, I paid him with some drinks.
All right. So, let me guess, because nowadays we've got DJ academies, we have DJ schools. You're going to have to pay a certain amount to go and do this. You guys are from the School of Hard Knocks. You guys started from the very beginning. That means you have to go in. You have to make sure that, of course, you're going to have to make sure that, you get accepted to the DJ console. You probably might get ragging, What was the training procedure like, Adamz?
Okay, first console that I ever stepped in as a permanent DJ was Breakers. That is in Jochuan Plaza. that is quite tough for me, because the first time in the step in the DJ console, and using the old players called Denon Mark II, Denon Mark III, there's no synchronize, nothing,
The pitch bends.
Yes, everything has to plus and minus, so it's quite tough for me. And I'm very new to retro at the time, because too much of listening of rhythm and blues and hip hop kind of stuff. So they asked to play retro. Then that's how I started to play one by one. Try to get some context from other friends. Say how the flow to goes with the retro, and so much things. I learned but it's nothing comes easy. It's come hard way. You have to do homework. DJ also we do homework. We write it up. What is the flow that going to play tonight? That kind of thing.
So you had to take down the notes. What about you, Shin?
He is so lucky. When he went in, it's all digital. My time was different. It's analog.
Yeah.
Cassettes, analog records. I was asked to play 2 records together and sync it. So I was thinking to myself, hey, look, there's a pitch thing that says +8, -8. So I did my homework, calculate the BPMs on the record. I said, okay, if I'm going to mix in 110 here, this is 105, I got a +5 here. That's how I learned.
And did you get ragging at first? I mean, what was the discipline like? Did you have to come early?
I have friends, strong, powerful friends like the bouncers, so I don't get raggings. Because if anybody were to rag me, especially the senior DJs, I'll tell the masters, hey, look, he's going to catch on me.
Okay. So someone had it actually kind of easy. Okay, we're going to take a short break right now. When we come back, we're going to speak to the gentlemen about their careers and how it started from there and where did they go from humble beginnings.
No.
This is TraxxFM, Rendezvous with RoundHead, and we're speaking to Chinois and Adamz. This is TraxxFM. DJ Chinois and also DJ Adamz, and we are talking about their life being, a lot of people might call it a disc jockey, a lot of people might call it DEEJAY. We are just plain and simple DJs. Now, Shin, from Penang, how did it go from there?
How do you know I was from Penang?
Well, you just told us live on national radio from Georgetown.
Okay, my time in Penang was fantastic because at that time there are a lot of students, people who study overseas when they come back, during the seasonal break and all that. They're gonna bring me some music which is so different, so left field that nobody actually knows about it. So when I started playing all this in the clubs in Penang, these people actually dance to it. They love it. And I got friends from KL like Kayum Khan. Kayum always come and look for me and sit down on the bar waiting. Then they ask, hey, brother, what song is this? Brother, what song is this?
Oh, Kayum Khan.
Yes, Kayum Khan. So I said, okay, fine, you gotta buy me drinks and maybe some food a bit later. Then I'll tell you what song is this. Hey, no problem.
You know, that fella used to give me a really hard time over at that club over at KL Plaza. Never mind, we'll talk about that later. What about you, Adamz? From Singapore? From where you were, and then where did you proceed from there?
Far East Plaza.
Vice Plaza, yes, exactly. Okay. From Singapore, then I actually not permanently working as a DJ, just doing part-time DJs temporarily. Then I move on in hotel lines. Then I really stepped in hotel line, permanent DJing. This was in the Breakers. That is one back in 1999. Then I stepped in. Then I learned a lot of things in a very hard way, doing homeworks. That time it's not very easy to download songs, so you have to find your hard way.
Ooh. Yeah. That's a taboo word, okay? The D word. Do not say the D word.
Yeah, we can say the D word because we're paying for it. Yeah. So, okay. Right. You may continue. Sorry.
Okay. Then I move on to another place. Breakers, they promote me to become a chief DJ to Breakers Ampang. This is in Yochon Plaza. Then start playing retro again. I've learned from the DJ called himself as Gary Boy. He was teaching me a lot of things about retro, as well Apache John, because I was with my partner, as well DJ Skin was my partner at the time. So it was a lot of things I learned from them. Then I move on creating some music fusion and learning some more mixing,
more technical.
Yes, more technicals.
With CDs.
Yes, with the CDs.
Well, what Shin is trying to say that you had the upper hand. You had the advantage.
Yes.
And then Shin,
we had it hard.
Yeah, I mean from where you were, and then you joined radio.
I was with Red FM for a while. When I first went in, basically this show was called The Vinyl Frontier. I think in 2005, 2005. A friend of mine, Tim, he was handling the breakfast show. Plus, he was actually managing the whole department. So he wanted somebody who can actually spin live instead of just playing a what they call a pre-recorded set of music from somebody else. He wants me to spin there. So okay, he said I gotta go in and interview, and I said fine. Went through the process immediately. He said you're gonna start tonight. I said what? Tonight? Yes, tonight.
And they give you the equipment.
Equipment, everything was there. I had to talk to this guy. I forgot his name. He's a nice guy. I said I wanted what they call pioneers. They said, okay, fine, we'll find it. And they went around, running around, looking for it. There were none, so they have to buy it. So I really appreciate that, man. The support was fantastic. Vital Frontier was actually Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Wow.
Yeah, and you had a very, very strong following, and you even had your club gigs at night as well.
Yeah, that's true. And it's quite tiring, but actually, but the screaming women make it, better. In this media. screaming women, and you, Adamz. Right now, you are based in Langkawi.
Yes, exactly.
And in fact, you are considered quite a legend over in Langkawi.
Yes,
yeah, that's right. So tell us, how did you get to Langkawi?
Okay.
He flew there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, thank you, Captain Obvious. How, was that a job offer, or did you just pack up and just leave?
No, actually, what happened? After the retro session, I was moved to another club called Shadows Bangsa, where the club is purely rhythm and blues, hip hop. So we create a concept that play hip hop. That's where I put my really name as a DJ. That everybody knows me as play only hip hop music. From there, I moved on to more bigger club, Sodas, Alohas. Then I found this owner who came to me. He's one of the businessmen in Langkawi. He said, I'm opening a club in Langkawi, and I like your music. He offered me a job in Langkawi. So now I'm based in Langkawi for 5 years, working for him.
For 5 years already?
Yes, already 5 years.
So are you on break right now, that since you're here?
Yeah, I got a few DJs who's working under...
He is the boss now, the boss.
Okay. I create few things, okay. First I create is a Ministry of Hip Hop in Malaysia. I'm the first one who created Ministry of Hip Hop. I'm the founder, and another DJ called Mito. We used to do young talents and such thing. Then I moved to Langkawi, then we don't do anything else for others, newcomers DJs. So I open up this called www.langkawidjs.com. So I created more DJs who come in the company and giving job offers and also train them rather than go to one concept of music and
so you enhance your techniques, enhance the talent, and then you give them a chance.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then we're talking about you guys being visionaries as well, because a lot of people think that the moment you're inside the DJ console, you will never go anywhere else. There's no, they think we don't have that business mind. Shin, what's your thought on that?
Okay, the fact is this, it depends on how you look at things. As for me, I look at it as a business. So basically what I'm doing, I'm running my own company right now. I'm doing events management, sound and lights, stuff like that, installation and a rental. Okay, basically, if you're passionate about a business, you'll grow yourself. You always tell yourself, okay, look, hey, I can do step 1, now step 2, and step 3. That's how it's like. Instead of being, getting into DJing and become, let DJing dictate you. You do not. Actually, the path is what you dictate. How you dictate yourself to move on to. As simple as that.
And now you're doing events and installation, sound and lights. I mean, we are talking about a lot of companies who are actually doing that right now, and your competition must be stiff. Everyone probably might be trying to slash the prices. How are you surviving right now?
Very simple. People charging 6% GST. I charge 3%.
Not bad. Not bad at all. You give them a good deal. What about you, Adamz? I mean, you've already set yourself up over at Langkawi, right?
Yes.
You set yourself up over at Langkawi. How is the competition over there?
Okay, Langkawi competition in DJing is not much because most of the DJs is not from. They never been to so many clubs and works there. So the competition is only events. So what I do to overcome all the competitions, I do website. So most of the events I come from overseas. They book from online, then I get the events from them.
It's like the tour packages. They come over to Langkawi for a holiday, and then they'll book your services, and then you just create the environment, the party for them. Yeah.
Yes, that's how we do.
Okay, we're gonna take a short break. Right after this, we're gonna ask these gentlemen about the equipment they used to use and the equipment they're using today. Oh, it's 10:28. Rendezvous RoundHead. We're speaking to DJ Chinois and also DJ Adamz. This is TraxxFM. Rendezvous with RoundHead, and we are speaking to DJ Chinois and also DJ DJ Adamz, and we're going to be asking our next question about the equipment they used to use the last time when they started, and the equipment they use, which they are using today, right inside the DJ console. So we'll start with Adamz. Adamz, you were a little bit more digital, right?
Yes.
Can you please explain to us in detail so you can, paint us a picture for the listeners to understand what your equipment you started off with the last time?
Okay, the first one I use is Denon. They call it Denon. There's a brand name, Denon, the Mark II. Using CD, but the things is they don't have his master tempo. So you can't really mix...
if you speed up the song, it's going to sound like Mickey Mouse.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So you really need to do homework. Which song you have to mix the next will go suitable, with it. So then after that we move on to play using Pioneer. This is more user friendly. Something like people say those days they say called Nokia. Easy, user friendly. That's what called Pioneer. So use Pioneer Pioneer 500.
500S, the
Yes.
500S, the small units.
Small unit, the black color, you have to press the button, then the things open, Then from there move on to 100S, silver color, then you have to put the CD slip in, slip in. That is 100S, Pioneer.
And that was the one which was shockpoproof, where you can actually turn it around,
you can
shake it, it wouldn't skip.
Yes.
Is it?
Shockproof. Shockproof.
What about the equipment you're using right now?
Now I'm using Serato. Serato each, more digital, using laptops, no CDs anymore, MP3 files.
But you still need your players, right? So are you still using the
controller?
Using the controller.
Controller. It just look like a CDJ, but it's more digital. So only volumes.
And of course, it doesn't take a lot of space, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
only things is using CD or vinyls is more showmanship. You have more work to do. You have to open the CD bags, take out the CD, so you have more job to do. And putting laptops is more easier. It's just using your mouse, click, put in. It's very easy to do nowadays. So the only the lacking is showmanship. People can't see much you doing a job. It look like you're just standing there and doing something.
Like updating Facebook.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, what about you, Shin? I mean, you started from cassettes, and I can imagine you had to look for the track, you had to take it out, you had to use your finger and twist it to look for the proper start.
Pencil.
You use the pencil, okay?
Yep.
All right. And from cassettes, where did you go from there?
Okay, in a nutshell, comparing the equipment from those days to today, the simple, basically how I look at it is, it was like, huge, and now it's small. So that's how it's like. I do experiment with with controllers and all that. What I do is a bit different. I'll use a software called Ableton. Ableton Live is a production software. So I will use a controller, maybe the Akai APC 40 Mark II, and probably I run it with another software, a visual software. So when I play it, basically I can have visuals and music at the same time. And it's not a traditional mixing kind of thing. It's like how you
it's like a live performance.
It's a live performance basically. And when somebody look at it, they know it's you're doing things live, because why, the power is on. So then,
and there are lights at least coming up from the console, right?
Yeah, like certain international DJs, which names I don't want to mention because why, they might not give me a good discount anymore next time I hire them. So basically, what we do, it's live and it's real, and we have cameras pointing at you. This was a big hype those days in China, in Shanghai and all that. So when you spin, you have cameras coming to you. You have like, when you go to the console, like here, when you spin, you just go and spin. Like there is different. It's like what happened in Ibiza. They'll play a montage where you'll be playing your montage about you, and then I'll have people, these strong ladies will carry me from the entrance to the console.
Literally carry you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's strong. Seriously. So basically, when I arrive there, they plop in the console, all the lights come in, and the montages finishes. This is DJ Chinois, and I'll just play the song and do the stuff. A lot of production stuff and all that, and the cameras will be on me, visuals and all. This is how it's like in overseas. But in Malaysia, Malaysia is very simple. In Malaysia, if you do that, it doesn't really work, because why? People in Malaysia are a bit different. The crowd here, they are more, they want to connect with you. So usually you have people coming to you. If you play something different, like if you play Chic, I would love it. But the crowd will just come and say, "Ayo, what song are you playing?" And It depends on how you react to people.
And not many people actually understand shake.
Yeah,
of course.
and if you react with people wrongly, say, hey, I play my stuff. I don't care what you want. You'll make them angry. You know, a lot of DJs, the younger DJs are doing that. The older DJs will say, what song do you want? Can you play for me some R&B? You know, okay. And when the genre comes in, you gotta really verify what genre they want. Okay, probably you say, hey, I want some R&B. Okay, what R&B you want? I want Pitbull. Okay, which song of Pitbull? Anyone lah. Once you do that, you create a rapport. That's how we capture the crowd in Malaysia. Okay. Overseas is totally different. So, okay, when in a nutshell,
they hire you as an artist overseas. That's because of your music. Yeah, it's because of your trip.
In Malaysia, you are the friend to the crowd.
Now, gentlemen, Adamz, okay, most people, I mean, most DJs from the School of Hard Knocks, we're talking about the guys who started during your time, they find it a little bit difficult to probably connect with the Seratos, the Tractors, the Abletons, and also whatever which we have right now. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, true. It's true. First, when the Strato came to my club, I still using CDJ because I told them this is really ridiculous. You know, I don't want to do easy job. You know, it look like just like a jukebox, standing there and just pressing a button, and everything was synchronized sometimes. You know. So I was using CDJ still, then I refused to use the Serato. It take quite some time for me to adapt with that, you know. So I try to learn a little bit, you know, at least because, nowadays these places are changing. Everybody start using Serato and all the computerized. Then I will be like backdated when I go to the other place, want to play as a guest DJ. Then I will, oh my God, what are you using?
You're
Tractor?
so ancient? Okay.
Oh my God, Tractor, I didn't know. I only know Bulldozer.
So you're keeping up with times.
So yes, I said, okay, now man, just learn.
Okay.
No harm of trying, So I learned, then I found it's quite interesting playing because there's a good and bad. The good thing is the songs doesn't skip.
Okay, understood. Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't skip. And you have time to loop if you miss the bar. See, a lot of things that you can do while playing for the crowd. For you, your own happiness, that lacking of showmanship, you can't do much on on doing your movement. Then what you can do, you do more in MC and moving your body. That's it, Rather than your hand got no job to do. Then those days, you use CD or vinyls, you have to flip down, and people will watch you to do whatever you're doing. That is lacking part. But the good part is actually there's good part also.
More convenient.
Yes, more convenient, easier.
And it's a lot lighter instead of carrying a whole bunch of record bags.
Yes, I just carry in a laptop bag. I can go anywhere. Just last year I played in Amsterdam. Just carry one laptop bag and went there, and my friend asked me, "Hey, where's your equipment?" I said, "It's in my laptop bag." So that's it.
Yep. Because they've got strict piracy laws, and if you do bring any CDs, they will charge you for distribution. What about you, Shin? I mean, you are now into technology. How long did it take for you to come up to that level?
Well, I was forced to embrace technology those days because at that time they're going to visuals, a lot of visuals. Overseas is all about visuals. They got this Pioneer decks that plays DVDs, so I really have to catch up fast. But Malaysia was still a little bit behind, was too complacent. So, but when I came back here to Malaysia, with all the knowledge, sometimes it's a bit hard to tell people, okay, I say, okay, my console space, I like to be bigger. Why? 3 CD players not enough. I need to have my laptop, I need to have my controller and the other controller. Why? So they couldn't take it. So basically, I was thrown in a situation in which I was a bit too advanced for that particular time. But nowadays, what I do is if I go spin a club, I'll ask, okay, what equipment are you using? Then they ask you, what do you want? Pioneer 2000 Nexus, Pioneer 900 Nexus, that's it. 1, 2, or 3, 2 or 2. So I just bring one thumb drive, link it, and one headphone, that's it.
Done. Sorted. All you have to do is just look for the files, press. Yeah, I mean, I was in Amsterdam in 2000 and...
What were you doing there?
What do you think?
Holiday?
No, I actually went to one of those bars, and the DJs were actually just clicking with the mouse. I was like, okay, this is actually kind of familiar. I mean, this is really not familiar to me.
The DJ who click with the mouse?
Yeah.
What's his name, Jay?
I'm not quite sure.
I think it was Jazzy Jay, wasn't it?
No, we're not going to go to the Rotterdam Love Parade, which I played. But I tell you what, we're going to come back and talk about your involvement with Retro Sunsplash, which is going to be happening very, very soon. It's TraxxFM, the rendezvous with RoundHead, and we're speaking to DJ Chinois and also DJ Adamz. Time now is 10:41. This is TraxxFM. Also good. Time now is 10:45. We're speaking to DJ Chinois and also DJ Adamz. Okay, these guys are going to be playing over at this event called Retro Sunsplash 6. And then there was this guy by the name of Mr. Jazzy J, who was like my kampong boy.
Hello, Jay.
Who used to intimidate me, you know, when he used to wear his DMC jackets. And, you know, he had this hairstyle. And he's got this really fierce look that you don't even want to come over and say hi. Because, of course, I mean, we're talking about one of the legendary DJs here in Malaysia, right?
How can you be afraid with a guy for a guy who looks like Michael Jackson? Who dances like Michael Jackson, who looks like LD Batch. He's
Have you seen him in Taman Q-Pags? Don't mess.
Okay.
You see him in Taman Q-Pags, you don't want to mess with his brother. So, how did he approach you guys? Did you guys make any phone calls or something?
Very simple. Jay called me one day. Hey, Chinois can play. I said, okay.
That's it. That's sorted. What about you, Adamz?
Same thing. I got a call from Chris and Jay. Christopher
Jones.
Yes.
Christopher Jones.
Yeah, he called me and asked me about this whole things. Then I said, why not? I said, since I'm in Langkawi, I said, no worries. For good cause, I don't mind doing it.
Because it's going for charity, right?
Yes, exactly.
It is.
And the night is going to be really entertaining because you're going to start very, very early until it goes on very, very late at night. Most of the proceeds are going to a specific home. How long are your sets?
Probably 1 hour, Jay.
About 1 hour?
45 minutes.
45 minutes?
It could be anything because everyone's going to be having fun. What can we expect from you guys when you're going to be performing? What sort of genre? Is there anything specific that you guys going to bring, bring forth over to the DJ console for the crowd? Adamz, what do you have planned?
Okay, I just spoke to Jay. I tried to get some sponsors.
He's gonna play Milli Vanilli
from Langkawi.
Don't mess.
For the charity for auctions. Auctions, bring some stuff that I could bring from Langkawi for auctions. Maybe a trip to Langkawi or 2 days, 3 days, 3 nights stays. And for music-wise, I'm really got no idea what I'm going to play because for 5 years I never touched retros since I've been in Langkawi.
I thought you said earlier you're going to play with Milli Vanilli.
Shin, stop giving him such a hard time. Yes, Adamz, sorry.
But I will do some gimmicks there. On that night, I will do some gimmicks.
Okay, we're waiting. Just so you know, if you're listening to this broadcast right now, if you just Google this guy by the name of David Morales, you will have a slight idea of what we're talking about when it comes to DJ Adamz. Or you can just log on to Facebook right now and just look up DJ RoundHead. I just posted a photo of the guys. Shin, what can we expect from you on that night?
Probably some retro 90s. Because I think my set is going to be late, very late. After the main guy, okay, probably I'll do 90s because I don't want to to encroach into other people's genre and all that. So do it a bit differently, but it's still retro. But the main basis for the night actually is for everyone to come in and reminisce those good old days. Those who have been to a certain club, they identify themselves with the music that the DJs are playing and all that. So that's very important.
And you guys already got a strong following, and you guys already sent out invites, and I guess you're waiting for, I guess you're expecting a very, very good crowd. What else would you like to say to our listeners just before we let you go?
We are actually doing this Retro Sunsplash 6 in memory of our old friend. He was actually the guy who actually, he's in a committee, and he's actually a very, very old friend, very good friend of mine.
Mr. Roy?
Mr. Roy
passed away recently. Basically, Roy will sponsor all the equipment. You get our best RCF speakers, the best stuff. Roy will say, don't worry, I will handle it. So this year, without him, we really feel the pinch, and we really miss him. He's such a wonderful guy. He's
like a teddy bear.
Yeah, he is. He's a fabulous friend. He's a fantastic friend. And just before he passed away, we were supposed to do a project, an installation project, and he can get a certain brand at a certain price, which is fabulous. So it was actually a big loss to me, personally as a friend, and professionally as well, and to the whole industry. So we're doing this in memory
of Roy Mokia.
Yes.
Roy Mook here.
Okay, what about you, Adamz? Anything you'd like to say to our listeners?
Same goes to same as Chin. It's for Mr. Roy. It's a legendary
Chinois.
person. Yeah, Chinois. All right, and also for the good cause, for charity. That's the main events for, main things for is for the charity. So hopefully everybody's give a support. We have followers to come and support for the good cause, and it's no problem. You can do for everything. So it's a good cause. So why not?
That's right. And there's not going to be any cover charge. There's only going to be a first drink charge. And by the time you go in, there's going to be auctions. There's probably going to be raffle tickets. There's going to be a lot of things, and everything's going to be going over to charity.
Yes.
Please tell us, when is it?
It's happening on Sunday, the 3rd of May. Hey, I got a question for you. Why they call you RoundHead? Why? I don't see anything round on the head.
My friend, you're going to have to look up the dictionary.
Okay, I'm still lost. So anyway, those of you listening in, we appreciate your presence because we're doing this for charity, for a very good cause, to help those who are in need. And also meet up with old friends, friends we haven't seen for a long time, friends who have white hair now instead of just colorful hair those days. Meet up with friends, have fun.
If you're going to come in with a mullet, why not, right? Just have fun, If I could wear a mullet, I'll come with a mullet. I don't mind.
Okay.
How do we follow you guys? I mean, apart from going to Facebook and looking up Retro Sunsplash 6 to get the updates from you guys.
Okay, for my part, what I do is those who are linked to my Facebook and linked the rest, I'm sure we all linked. Where you can get the latest news from me. And Adam, I'm sure you got Twitter, right?
Yes, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
How do we follow you on social media?
Yes, there's an address in. I think I will post it in.
Say it now.
DJ Adamz, right?
Yeah, DJ Adamz, DJADMZ.
One word.
Then spacebar Puvanesan. Puvanesan.
All right, gentlemen, it was a real pleasure having you over here.
Thank you very much.
And I can't wait to actually go catch you guys over because it's thanks to you guys that I started. It's also thanks to Jay, who was actually an inspiration.
Thanks to Jazzy J.
Yeah, Jazzy J, who's been a real inspiration.
Beside us, quietly sitting there.
And then he's probably thinking, oh, these fellas all trying to jack. No. Jay, really. 10:52, time for us to say, have a good drive back, gentlemen. Yeah, coming up with the news at 11, and it's Rendezvous Roundhead. We're going to continue the music all the way till 2 o'clock in the morning. We're speaking to DJ Chinois and DJ Adamz.